WCLU news coverage of the 2020 general election is brought to you in part by HVAC Services.
Alexa, HVAC repair services, please.
Professional and friendly, great service and great products. If you want HVAC done right, go with HVAC Services.
Home of the same-day guarantee, with heating and cooling coverage on any brand at any time.
Welcome today, Josh. Of course, you're running for Glasgow City Council, and we're delighted to have you here with us today.
Glad to be here, Brandon. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So to begin today's program off, just tell us a little bit about who you are. Of course, being a member of this community is certainly one of them, but just tell everybody who may not know you who you are.
Well, like I said, my name's Josh Fields. Most people know me as Red, and I can't figure out where they came up with that at, but 37 years old. Lived here in Berrien County all my life, was raised out in the Keno community. My mother's Carolyn Johnson and my father's Marty Fields, and I have a stepmom that passed away, was Kim Fields. Got 3 brothers, drive me crazy, and proud dad, full-time dad.
So talk about, this is your first time running for office for anything, but also this is your first time, obviously, for City Council. So talk about what is your motive for running for Glasgow City Council? My
motive is to see Glasgow go back to what it was. I mean, we was a, flourishing community. We had a lot of businesses. It wasn't too many years ago, Glasgow, Berrien County was #1 rural county to live in America. What happened? Yes, there's recession stuff, but I look at it goes back to decisions that was made from leadership, not only at the city role, but the county role. We look too much into things and make it too complicated instead of just using common sense techniques. I want to see, my slogan is, I want to see working together to get Glasgow back on the map. It can be done. That was my main goal, because we got too many kids and people leaving this area to go to work, move away. There's too much division in our community. It's time to bring it back together and work together.
What do you think is Glasgow's main, I don't want to say problem, but perhaps maybe Glasgow's priority right now?
As far as what our leaders have as a priority, or what we should have as a priority?
Exactly. So what do you think Glasgow's priority should be? Of course, we could talk about what currently is going on, but in your opinion?
Our priorities should be investing back in the community. Like I said, we're losing too many jobs. We're making it too hard for businesses to come in. There was years ago, Carhartt was here. They wanted to build a distribution center here in Glasgow. For some reason, the city was opposed to it. What happened? Carhartt up and left, and that distribution left. They went to Madisonville. That was, 250 extra jobs that could have been here in a prime location for Glasgow. My thing is, why did that not happen? Is it politics as usual? Backdoor deal making where somebody wasn't going to get their pocket, padded a little bit? That stuff needs to go. If we're elected, if I'm elected, we're working for who voted for us, not who's sitting there want to try to influence us.
So talk a little bit about, of course, not a solid idea. I wouldn't want you to try to construct something here, but in a general framework, what do you think is maybe the key to trying to put Glasgow back on the map?
Me personally, I want to be hands-on. I would like to work with our, I think, Maureen Carpenter, our economic development, and the chamber, be hands-on working with them, finding out what's out there, contact them if I'm a council to a business that may be looking to come in. Let's talk to some of the landowners here in town that has these empty buildings. What can we do to maybe lower rent for a mom and pop shop to come in? Can we look at doing a tax incentive? Because there's too many empty buildings here. There's a reason for that. Either the prices are too high, or nobody knows how to reach out to advertise to somebody. You can drive by, you can see a sign in the window, and if you want to call it, you can. But if they're not promoting it, they got an open lease there, no one's going to come to it. So I feel like we should have like a site that, you know, the city with the chamber put a little something up there. Hey, we got these available buildings for lease where it can be broadcasted out, and the chamber reaches out throughout the whole state and can reach out farther. If we can fill those up and bring in more jobs, that would work. That's where I would want to go as far as that. And I know there's lots of people that has so many different contacts in the city. It's a matter of working with them to see what road they can lead you on, because there's probably not too many people that wants to be as full hands-on as I would like to be. I mean, you have the mayors in there every single day that can do things. We need full-time council members that's going to do it as well.
So something that's really, I want to say, I guess, popular, of high interest to our listeners and readers of online content, but those in this community as well that are working and living, is the Glasgow Electric Plant Board. Do you support the Glasgow Electric Plant Board's current state? And if you do not, what do you think should be done to the Glasgow Electric Plant Board, and how might you try to accomplish that if you're elected?
Well, I do 100%. I'm on board with the Electric Plant Board. They do a fabulous job, fantastic job. And they come in each and every day with all the scrutiny that's going on and still do their job, and they're not complaining. They do it with a smile because, you know, they care about serving, you know, the city. Several years ago, I was not very keen on the EPB for the fact that, you know, there was a federal law that was passed several years ago that any municipality-owned utility company had to generate 30% of their energy through green energy, whether it's natural gas or anything like that. We was not doing that, but talking and learning through this under the TVA Act, that was something that was not allowed through that. But under this new TVA contract, we can go in and they can do green energy and produce this, and they're giving us money to experiment and get this right. I think it's a hindrance that some of the board members right now are holding up procedures and things that needs to get done. Right now would be the perfect time to go ahead with what Billy Ray and the EPBs want to do, to put out the solar panel, to start getting data to see what we could do to generate that and lower the price for the community.
Sure. Is there anything that you feel like I may have not asked you that you want people to know, that you want to share? No, off the top of my head, I just, the only thing I could think of is, you know, another thing, like we talked about earlier, and me and you've talked in the past, is, you know, my passion for the kids in this area. I think that's one thing I would like to push more, if elected on council, is to invest more in our children in our area and the community. I think it was last week I seen some of the officers here in town was out delivering things to the kids in the community that was donated by Life Skills. I think we need to do more community outreach like that with our youth and all that. But so far, seeing, you know, the parks being redone and everything, and, you know, I live in housing. Right behind my house is Twyman Park, and seeing the kids enjoy that new park down there and hearing them, you know, out there yelling and laughing and all that, man, that brings a smile to my face. And if we can continue to do that, why would we, you know, stop? We need to. So besides, you know, the industry and jobs, community outreach and kids, they're both right there on the same level with me, because, you know, just like yourself and kids, y'all are the future of our community. If we're not doing enough to keep you here, we need to figure out why, because we don't need talent to leave. It's okay to leave, go to college, but we want you to come back. So we got to figure out how to work that in there. That way we can keep what we have here, because there's a lot of talent in this community and a lot of happy kids. So
we need to keep working on that.
Excellent. Well, we thank you for coming in today, participating in this interview, of course, so we wish you the best of luck this November, okay?
I appreciate it, Brandon. It's nice talking with you.
Hi, I'm Brennan Crane, News Director for WCLU Radio. Thank you for watching this portion of our 2020 election coverage. Visit us at WCLUradio.com and online at Facebook and Twitter for the latest and breaking news updates.